We know from the previous videos, a point charge or any charge produces electric field around that charge. So this electric field concept is explained with the help of electric field lines. First time, Faraday. Whether these field lines will exist really in nature or not, no one knows, which is hypothetical. But Faraday successfully convinced the people with the help of electric field lines. So what is the electric field diagram for isolated positive charge? For example, now I have one positive charge Q we have placed here. Now I would like to realize how the electric field will be distributed around here. So I have told already, Faraday explained with the help of field lines. So first we need to understand what is a field line. Field line is the path traced by unit positive charge when it is placed in the electric field. Okay, that means we know around this charge electric field exists. If you want to know the electric field, what you have to do is you have to place just a unit positive charge here in the electric field. Then the path traced by this unit positive charge represents electric field line at that point. See, this is a positive charge, this is also a positive charge. So these two will experience Coulombic force. Coulombic force acts along the line joining the charges. So along this line, force will act. Due to that force, this unit positive charge moves away from the charge. It goes to infinity. Okay, this is the direction of electric field at this particular point. If you place a unit positive charge here, it will repel unit positive charge in this direction. Okay, if you place a unit positive charge here, it will repel in this direction. If you place a unit positive charge here, it will repel in this direction. This field line goes to infinity. If you place here, so these are the path traced by unit positive charge when you place it at these points. So this is how electric field will be distributed around the charge. See, here it is a two-dimensional plane we have represented like this, but it is in space also you will have electric field lines. Okay, so this is the electric field diagram for isolated positive charge. Okay, if you observe this diagram carefully, if you take a point here, field lines are very close to each other. If you take a point here, the separation between the field lines increased. If you go here, field lines further separated. That means electric field decreases when you move away from the charge. Okay, electric field lines number goes on decreases. For example, if I draw more crowded field lines, you imagine here I placed one bangle. If you place bangle here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lines are passing through this area of the bangle. Okay, if you take this bangle away from the charge, for example, I have taken to this position for example, then here the number of field lines passing through the bangle is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The same bangle is moved a bit away from the charge, then 1, 2, 3 lines only are passing through this. So if you place here, almost 2 lines are passing. If you take somewhere here, only one line is passing through the same area. So that means as you move away from the charge, number of field lines decreases passing through this area. That means electric field decreases as you move away from the charge. Okay, so that is the meaning of this. And if you see, the electric field lines are moving farther apart. Okay, so that's why field lines number passing through this area is decreasing. This you have to understand. After seeing this diagram, see, field line starts on positive charge. It begins on positive charge and it goes. If there is no charge existing around this charge, then it will go to infinity. Okay, if another charge exists in the vicinity of this charge, what will happen? That we'll discuss later. Now I am talking about isolated charges, single charge. When single charge exists, then what will happen? We are discussing here. Electric field diagram for isolated negative charge. For example, this is a charge having negative, so minus Q. Electric field is explained with the help of electric field lines. Now we know the definition of electric field line. Electric field line is the path traced by unit positive charge when it is placed in the external electric field. We know negative charge also produces electric field around it. But how this electric field will exist here, we'll see. If you place a unit positive charge somewhere here, then it will attract. So unit positive charge moves in this direction. That means electric field lines are inwards for negative charge. We have seen in case of positive charge, electric field lines are moving outwards. So that's why I can say electric field due to positive charge is radially outwards. Because field lines will exist not only on the board, they will be even in the space. So that's why electric field lines due to positive charge is radially outwards. So similarly for negative charge, it is radially inwards, because wherever you place a unit positive charge, it will be attracted by the negative charge. So that's why electric field lines are radially inward. Okay, so that means we can say electric field line ends on negative charge, because this is its destiny. See, the field line is ending on negative charge. After seeing these two electric field diagrams, we can say one simple property for electric field line is that electric field line starts on positive charge and ends on negative charge. Okay, electric field lines for two system of charges. For example, we will see one positive charge and another negative charge. Okay. See, this charge develops electric field around it. This charge also develops an electric field around it. See, till now we haven't discussed much about what is the reason for repulsion or attraction. But now I will take a chance to explain. See, why this positive charge is attracting this negative charge? Because this charge is immersed in the field of positive charge. Okay. Similarly, this charge is immersed in the field of negative charge. That means I can say now comfortably, force between the two charges means just I can say it is the interaction of the fields. Interaction of the fields. This charge field and this charge field will interact. The interaction of that electric fields only called as electrostatic force. Only called as electrostatic force. Okay. For example, see, if you have only one charge, there is no other charge in its vicinity, no charges exist around this particular charge, you imagine. It produces one field. But that charge never experiences force, because a charge never experiences because of its own field. It experiences force because of the other charge field. So, to have electrostatic force, you need to have minimum two fields. That is important. Okay. Force means interaction of the fields. Don't misinterpret. Interaction is not intersection. Understand this important. Interaction is a different. I can interact with the people with my eye signal without having any physical contact. I can interact. I can send signals. Okay, interaction means don't think they are physically intersecting. No. Intersection is completely different. Okay. So, the interaction of electric fields of these two charges causes force. That is my conclusion. For example, now see. If you place a unit positive charge here, for example, I have selected somewhere one point between the charges. See, this positive charge repels the unit positive charge. Negative charge attracts. That means this unit positive charge comfortably moves in this line. Okay. So, electric field line in this region will be this one. Okay. See, this line confirms our statement. Electric field line starts on positive charge and ends on negative charge. Okay. For example, if I would like to draw an electric field in this particular region, for example, if I place unit positive charge here, what will happen? We'll see. If you place unit positive charge at this particular point, this positive charge repels this one in this direction. Okay. If there is no negative charge here, then it will move in this direction up to infinity. But here we have another charge. Its influence also will lie on this unit positive charge. So, the influence of this negative charge on this positive charge is attraction. It will attract in this direction. So, influence of negative charge will be in this direction. Influence of positive charge will be in this direction. Whenever two forces are acting, this body neither goes in this direction nor goes in this direction. It will move in resultant direction. See here, obviously this positive charge, for example, I will take this is plus Q, this is minus Q. This point is close to positive charge. So, positive charge influence will be more. Far away from the negative charge influence will be less. That I have shown with the less magnitude of vector. This I have shown with large magnitude of vector. That means positive charge influence is more, negative charge influence is less. Resultant will be close to this. This will be in this direction. If you select each and every point, if you draw two vectors, if you draw the resultant, you trace all the points, you will get this positive charge neither goes in this direction nor goes in this direction, but it will move in a curved path. This is the field line in that particular region. Similarly, here you will get like this. Similarly, here also, it starts on positive charge and it ends on negative charge. So, this line will travel a large distance and finally it ends on negative. So, this line also will go like this and it will end on negative charge. This line will travel a large distance and finally it will end here. So, this line will travel a large distance and finally it will end here. Okay, this is the electric field diagram for a positive two unlike charges of same magnitude. Unlike charges of same magnitude. Okay, see here, this positive charge is produced 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 field lines. Similarly, 9 field lines are ended here. All 9 lines started at positive charge and finally ends on negative charge. So, this infers that the number of field lines produced by any charge is directly proportional to its magnitude. Directly proportional to its magnitude. Here magnitude is equal. That's why it produced 9 field lines, and 9 field lines are ended here. You imagine, for example, this charge is 2Q. I have imagined this charge magnitude is more. Then it will produce more lines, but those lines will go and will end somewhere. Why? Because here I have only Q units of negative charge. Here I have 2Q units of positive charge. So Q unit of positive charge produces, if n number of field lines, those n number only turn towards this charge and it will end on this negative charge. Remaining n number of field lines will search where that this much amount of negative charge, where it is, there it will go and it will end on that negative charge. This you have to remember, that is important. Okay. If the magnitude of one charge is more, means that produces or that receives more field lines. Lesser magnitude charge produces or receives less number of field lines. By seeing this field line diagram, I can compare magnitude of two charges. For example, charge Q1 divided by magnitude of charge Q2. Charge Q1 produces 10 lines, for example. Charge Q2 produces 8 lines, means the ratio of their magnitude is 5:4. So I can say this is large magnitude charge. It may be a positive, it may be a negative. That is immaterial for me. I am talking about magnitude of charge. I am not interested in knowing the polarity of the charge. Polarity of the charge can be known by seeing the diagram. If from any charge field lines are moving outward, then the charge polarity is positive. Any charge receives electric field lines, or electric field lines are ending on any particular charge, then I will say that is negative charge. Polarity can be decided by seeing the direction of electric field lines. Okay, and magnitude of the charge can be estimated by counting the field lines. This is also a positive charge. Okay. So here, if you place a unit positive charge here, for example, along the line of the charge, if you place a unit positive charge at this place, this charge repels in this direction. This charge also repels in this direction with small vector I have represented, because this point is far away from this. It is close to this. So this charge, this positive charge repels very strongly. This repels weakly. So that's why it will move in this direction. Okay. If you place this charge exactly at the middle, that means this repulsion is equal to this repulsion. So these two electric fields gets cancels out. Why? Because if you place here unit positive charge, then I will say this is electric field due to this charge. This is electric field due to this charge. See, magnitude same, distance same, medium same, everything same. So electric field due to this charge and electric field due to this charge here equal in magnitude but opposite in direction. So that's why they will cancel. That's why at this particular point, at midpoint, electric field is 0. Okay, that means here electric field line does not exist. Electric field line is absent, means here electric field is 0. Okay. So that's why here electric field line will not present. If you take a positive charge here, this one repels in this direction. This one repels in this direction. So it will move in the resultant direction. That means if you want to draw electric field line here, it will go like this. If you draw electric field line here, it will go like this. If you want to draw electric field line here, it will go like this. Electric field lines will travel like this. So number of field lines I will represent like this. But if we say these magnitudes are equal, then I have to represent equal number of electric field lines. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 I have represented here. Better I will go with the 9. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. This is 5. If you represent one more line, it will be enough. So this is how field will be distributed in this region. Okay, in all diagrams you see, I have not drawn the field lines in such a way that they are not intersecting. Usually electric field lines never intersect. That we will see in the properties of electric field lines. Okay, this is the field diagram for two positive charges. Like that you can draw any combinations. Okay, these four are important for board examination. Sometimes they may ask you to draw electric field line due to positive and negative charge, or both positive charge or both negative charge. Like that any one combination can be asked in 1 mark question in board examination. So that's why you need to practice all these diagrams. Electric field lines, very important for board examination. So first property is electric field lines starts from positive charge and ends on negative charge. That we have seen while drawing the electric field diagrams for positive, negative and combination of charges. Next, electric field lines are open loops. See here, if we take a charge Q, this is maybe another charge Q. Even for isolated charge, we have seen it is a straight line, it will end at infinity. That in any way it's open. But if we take a combination of charges also, see here, this field line will go like this, this field line will go like this, this field line, this is the another field line, this is another field line. So I have drawn few examples, few lines for these two combination of charges. Here you see, it starts on positive charge and it ends on negative charge. Okay, so that's why it's an open loop. Closed loop means where it starts, it should end there only. Then we'll say that is closed loop. So here it is not like that. It starts at one point and it ends at another point. Then we'll say it is open loop. For example, see, this arc begins somewhere here, but it ends here. Then I'll say it is not, circle is not completed. It's an open loop. So electric field lines are open loops. Okay, and you see that diagram very carefully. Where electric field lines are crowded, their field is strong. Electric field lines are crowded close to charge, here as well as here. But some distance from the charge, they are rarefied. So here field line density is less. Same number of lines occupied in less area. Here same lines occupies more area. That's why here field density is more. So more field lines means that region is a strong electric field region. Okay, where electric field lines are crowded, their field is strong. Where field lines are rarefied, their field is weak. See here field lines are moving far away from each other. So that's why in this region field will be weak. Okay, that is the third property. Fourth property, at any point the direction of electric field, you want to know the direction of electric field, we need to draw a tangent to the field line at that point. For example, here field is existing due to maybe a combination of charges. Say for example, one is a positive charge, another is a negative charge, for suppose. Here I have drawn few field lines. Generally, if I want to know the direction of electric field at this point, I need to draw one field line passing through that. If you know the field line at this particular point, then if you want to know the direction of electric field here, you should draw a tangent at that point. We know for any curve we can able to draw only one tangent. So this is the tangent at this particular point. That means at this particular point, electric field direction, electric field due to both the charges is only in this direction. So if you want to know the direction of electric field at a point in the electric field, that is obvious. In the electric field can be known by drawing tangent to the field line existing at that place. So this is how we'll come to know the direction of electric field. See, tangent, even I can represent like this also, but this is wrong because field direction is this. So field line starts on positive charge and ends on negative charge. That means field will be along this line. So at this particular point, direction is this. At this particular point, field direction is this. At this particular point, field direction will be in this direction. So electric field due to positive and negative charge is non-uniform field. See, this point is close to this charge, here field is strong, here field is weak, again field becomes strong, magnitude is changing. Electric field is a vector quantity, even direction also changes. So this is an example of non-uniform electric field. Electric field is a vector quantity, it has both magnitude and direction. Electric field constant or electric field is uniform means both magnitude and direction should not change. Magnitude at all points should be same. Even at all points electric field also must be in the same direction. Then we will say electric field is said to be uniform. In some cases magnitude of electric field at all points will be same, but direction will be different. Then also we will say it is non-uniform field. Non-uniform field means magnitude may differ or direction may differ or both may differ. Uniform electric field means magnitude and direction at all points should be same. Then only we will say electric field is said to be uniform. So here, to know the direction of electric field at any point in the electric field, there you need to realize one electric field line and you should draw a tangent to that, then you will get the direction of electric field at that point. Electric field lines never intersects. Why they are not intersecting? How can you justify? Because we have discussed that electric field lines, whether they will exist or not, we don't know. It is proposed by Faraday, but that is hypothetical. Then if electric fields, if you are not visualized with your naked eye, then how can you say they will not intersect at all? Reason is simple. See, if they intersect, for example, if they intersect, for example, this is electric field line produced by one charge, this electric field line produced by maybe some other charge, or maybe these two are produced by same charge, we don't mind. Okay, if two electric field lines intersect at this point, then just now we have studied to know the direction of electric field at any point in the electric field is to draw a tangent to the electric field line existing at that point. Here I have two electric field lines, so I will get two tangents at one place. You will have at point of intersection two directions of electric fields, which is impossible. That's why electric field lines never intersect. Electric field lines are always perpendicular or normal to a conducting surfaces, and field lines never pass through the conductors. This is very important point for competitive examination. For example, if you take a conductor for example. Okay, if it is a conductor, it conducts the charge. For example, if you give charge inside, for example, maybe inside atom is electrified due to some reasons, then what will happen? Like charge repels. So that's why due to repulsion these charges will move outward and they will reside on the surface. They will reside on the surface like this. In case of conductors, charge never lies inside. It resides only on the outer surface. First point. Second. Okay. Like for example, if this distributed body is producing electric field because charge is existing, no? So that's why charge will be normal to the surface. Because of the positive charge, it will be radially outwards like this. Electric field will be always normal to the surface of a conductor, irrespective of the shape of the conductor. Okay, so electric field will be perpendicular like this. This field lines never passes through the conductor because inside charge does not exist. Okay, electric field inside a good conductor is 0. Why? Because due to repulsion they will reside on the surface. Inside electric field is 0. Okay, if we have continuous distribution like this, then field lines will be radially outward. See, then it will be perpendicular. Whether field line is perpendicular or not, how to check means from which point this field line is started, there you have to draw a tangent. Then you measure angle between these two, you will understand what is the angle made by this field line with the surface. This is perpendicular. This is how the field lines will exist on the conductor. If it is a positive charge, outwards. If it is a negative charge, inwards. Only direction will change. But always angle between the field line and the tangent to the surface of the conductor is always 90 degrees. This is important. Sometimes they will show you the diagrams in options. They will ask you which one is the correct representation of a field diagram for a conductor. They will ask. Even in exercise, NCERT additional exercise, you will have one question. Just if you go through it, if you can answer that one first time, then you are good at field lines.